All right. I think we are live once again. And today's Friday, May the 4th. So, May the 4th be with you. uh, and I guess happy Cinco de Mayo because we won't be streaming tomorrow. So, make sure to celebrate all these holidays. uh, um, Other than that, let's see. Pretty excited about what we're going to be doing. We've got some. I came up with some level ideas uh, last night and today. So let's just dig right into it. And at the very end of the stream, I will be. So as you guys know, or maybe you guys don't know, if you're watching this on Twitch, you'll earn points as you watch the stream, and those can be redeemed for games and stuff. So at the very end of the stream, I'll announce and recap who's got the most points as usual. So let's just get into this. Last time we kind of decided that this level, 13, actually let me double check something. Let's go into level 12 for a second. Yeah, save 13. What's 12 look like? Okay, so that's 12. Okay, well, we're going to reorder 12 and 13. So I'll do that later, though. So this is going to be 12, and the other one's going to be 13. And this one's going to be more of a... well, the way I'm thinking of it, this is going to be like a clockwork kind of level, where... and we'll need to get more sprites to deal with this properly, but we're going to have gears spinning and all sorts of crazy stuff, rotations and all that, and we're going to add the levers and the switches that we had here that include time platforms and platforms that, or switches that change the speed of platforms, as well as these things that rotate from this perspective. But let's get rid of that for right now. So we've got this initial start right here, and I think that works for right now. So you can jump up there and do that, or you can come down here this way, and maybe we'll just duplicate. Let me rename it platform, and we'll rename this platform as well. Should it have a tag? I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't need a tag. I'll just rename this platform, and we'll duplicate it, and maybe just add a little pity spot down here if you fall really far down. Just so you're not totally decimated by this. And then you can go down that way, or try to go that way and get back up. I think I want to do this. Actually, add something like this right here. And we can just drag our spikes over like that. Simple as that. We can get more spikes. Nice job and smash. Make a snowball me. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know how I would make one. Well, maybe I could just give him like a bald head and that kind of a face. But yeah, for those who don't know, I do play a lot of Super Smash Brothers with friends, so I don't have my friend code handy or anything like that. I hope that they make the Switch one soon, because I like playing on the Switch a lot more than I like playing on the Wii U. I think the console's better, and it'd be a lot more convenient. I could take it wherever I am. So I want to grab a moving platform. Actually, we could just duplicate that and make one right here. So This is going to be our moving platform. And let's call this the platform switch, I guess. Yeah, speaking of switches. So I'm not sure if that should be right there. So the switch is going to make this thing go up, so we need to add a path. So let's do call this moving platform parent, because we're getting in the habit of doing this now. A lot of these need parents that don't move. So this is going to hold a path, basically. So path definition. Hold 2 points, and we'll have our points right here. We'll have P1, and we'll have P2. So I can just drag and drop them right here as usual. And last time, I forgot to mention last time, but we actually practically went the whole episode without digging into our code at all. So that's a benefit of making all these mechanics in their individual episodes. We can just combine them without even worrying about opening up our code as we make the level. Hopefully we don't have to do it again this episode, because I think everything that we need is already done. Now I think, let's see, I think I'm gonna just move this a little bit down this way, so it's like 4 and then -6, and then bring this up to 4 as well. And so now we can have a platform that goes like that, except maybe we'll do like 24 or 26, 28. Okay. So that'll bring that platform up to there, and so one thing that I want to do is I want to make this level sort of go up as well as to the left. So we can start branching this out a little bit. And we'll just do it like that, I guess. Maybe we'll go a little bit more to the left later in the level. So we could do something like this. But yeah, so this is the second level of the toy factory world, and I had a few ideas. So the next one after this will involve the flickering lights like we did, and I think I also want to do one now. I want to do one with a toy train. Let's see. So Kinjo, you hear about the Conception anime? I hadn't until now, but I guess I know now. Maybe I'll take a look at it if I have some time. I don't know. I don't have much time these days for anime. I saw that you got the saws going. Yeah. Oh, thanks. We replaced the graphics for them too yesterday, so the saws look better as well. Summon the Wizards of Winter. Let's see. So kind of what I want to do is we go up to the left, and then we come up and around and back. So Maybe just duplicate this a little bit. Just to get a feel for what that's going to look like, and duplicate that as well. And what I want to do here, maybe I actually want to bring this a little bit over this way. That's too small. So what I kind of want to do is have another moving platform. Well, let me put the switch on this first. So there's a platform switch right here, and we need to add the reference to this object. So we're gonna put the moving platform right there, and we're gonna say what it should do is change its speed, but I want it to go from like 0 to something. So when the switch is down, well, I guess the initial state of the switch should actually be up. I wonder if I need to dig into that code. Toy Factory Crazy Train. Yeah, well, I was thinking it could be like a little toy train that Snowball has to ride on, and he has to survive the onslaught of monsters that attack him on the train. So, or something like that. So if it's down, then what we want to do is make speed like 5, otherwise make it 0, I guess. And let me just grab Snowball and place him over here so we can test this out. And also I'm going to grab a conveyor belt if I have one available. Put this activator in the level because we need that. Conveyor belt, where are you? Okay, right here. I don't actually want that one. Let me go back to that other level and grab one of those. This was the level that we made last time. So let me just grab this guy and we'll make this our new conveyor belt precab. Okay. Alright, here we go. So we'll just put that right here. And we'll make the direction go to the right. And maybe I'll make it a little bit shorter. And maybe up here I'll put a rotating block. So I'll just bring this back. There we go. And that as well, and there we go. Increase the wait time a little bit so that you have some seconds to figure that out. Okay. Actually, yeah. So that's good, that's good. And then maybe actually I should make this a little bit smaller. Just like that. Okay, that's fine. I think. A little bit to the right there. But okay. Now I want to try this out. Just to make sure that everything works. So far. This looks like a level I'd suck at. When I opened stream, I first thought the switches were matches. They kind of looked like that. You're going to watch Conception with me and the crew. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's happening. If you can get everybody to... If you can get everyone to show up, then we'll do it. We'll do a rabbit. Uh-oh, that's not good. Apparently this is a level that I'm sucking at right now too. It's not easy. Let's see. There should probably be some hazards like right in the center there. So what's going on with this thing? Change speed is no receiver. Oh, okay. We need to add this function in. We added it for the rotating script, but we didn't add it in for the moving platform. Also, we forgot to add the follow path function. So, because we added the path definition, but not the follow path. So, add component, follow path, drag in the parent, and just put that right there. Speed is going to be 0 initially, and I think that's good. I'm a little not sure yet if I want these lines to be visible in the game. They are visible for the buzzsaws, but not for the moving platforms, so maybe that's something I need to fix. So let's go and open this code up and add the thing in that we need to add. Almost hit the stop streaming button by accident. That would have been really bad. So we got start moving, toggle moving, and we're going to add in change speed. Actually, yeah, that's really simple. So public void change speed, string speed, and we're going to say speed equals, actually wait, set speed. Is there already a function for this? Set, where is this? Set speed. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Is this used at all? Maybe it's not used anywhere. Oh, it's used in... Okay, yeah, that function is not even used anywhere. So we're gonna forget about this. Oh, well, no, actually, I don't want to delete that. There might be a reason for that being there. I'll leave it there for right now. But what I want to do is I just want to say speed equals float dot try parse. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Yeah, if not float dot try parse speed and speed. Oh, that's not good. Call this new speed. There we go. So it'll try to read from new speed, and if it's actually a float, it will say that. Otherwise, we'll say debug dot log error error speed string not a float. Okay. Oops, that needs to have a Okay, and that's all we need to do. We had that for the other function, or in the rotation script. Kinjo is making a game with unrealistic expectations for beauty for snowballs. A bit more stylized would be good for the visible version. Make it look like a mechanical thing. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Actually stylize the line. What is this? Oh, I just need to say out. Outspeed. Okay. Because what that does is it takes in the string, and then you pass in the float that you want to modify, and then it modifies it and brings it back out. So once we get this going, then we can really start messing with the speed of these moving platforms. So here's our conveyor belt. Platform. Hit that. Uh-oh. Change speed as invalid parameter. Oh, yeah, that's right. It needed to be an array of strings because we changed that. So we take an array of strings and then we just do the first one in the array. I remember that from the other day. So I changed it so that it's an array of strings. All right, so there are no errors, but nothing is happening. So it's not the worst thing. So his speed is 0, and his speed is 5, but he's not moving. Oh, duh. I forgot about that. So panning needs to be turned on by default. Alright, so that's a little bit too low. Oh no. Darn it. Okay. Let's see. What can we do here? So the reason this is off-center looking is because, well, because it's off-center. So you can see the center is right there. So I need to move that a little bit. Maybe that way, and then maybe that way. It's not bad. And we can go 1 to -1 and 4 to 28. Okay, there we go. And then we can just move all of this down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that's supposed to be the opposite. I should make it so that when you hit it, when it's down, you can do that. So anyway, so there's the elevator to go that way. And that's the alternative way. Whoa, why is there something there? Oh, I know why there's something there. I forgot to get rid of it. But yeah, so then there's these platforms, and then you can just go across that way. So that's not a big deal. I just need to get rid of this thing that's right here, this invisible thing. So let me see if I can. I don't know where it went. There was an invisible thing right there, but now it's gone. That is really strange. Why is there... Clearly there's something there blocking the path, but I can't seem to get to it. Okay, so it's in this one. Oh. Okay, that's where it is. Get rid of that. Okay. That thing's annoying because it's invisible. You can't see it. Actually, that would kind of make for an interesting level if there were just invisible platforms. You had to figure out where they are based on the prediction line. That could actually be pretty interesting for a level. So let me write that down. Also, I've been uploading the stuff on YouTube, the archives of the stuff, but past couple nights I've been trying to upload one video and it just doesn't work, so I don't know if that's an issue with the video or with YouTube or what. Anyway. So now we can come back up here. Regardless of how you got up there. And also we need to switch this down. So this should be 5 and this should be... Oops. Well, no, actually we were right. It's just I want the initial position of the switch to be up. So what if we just do that? Okay, but that didn't make it go down. Oh, that's a weird... I just noticed this. The box collider is off because we changed the pivot point so the box collider is off. Let's change that. They do kind of look like matches actually. Okay, well that works. I don't know why it's not rotating. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know why it's not rotating. Because it was working when we rotated the other way. so I don't know about that. And like, let's hit this one. See, that one, you hit that and it rotates just fine. There's like no difference between these two. Anyway, we'll do that. I'll mess with that off stream. The point is that it works. So now we might come across some more of these triangle things, but here's what I'm going to do here. We're going to make the wait time to be 0 for this guy. And so his speed he will be constantly rotating at a speed of 200, which is going to make it impossible to get on it unless you hit the switch. We're going to extend our spikes over this way. And oh, and this path should loop as well, I think. Yeah, it should reverse and it should wait for like 5 seconds before starting over. So the question here is, where should the switch be placed? And the only answer I can think is like right above it. So basically like right here. So this is the change speed switch over here. Actually, let me duplicate the box collider from this guy and paste it over here, because again, like I said, we change that, and same thing for this guy. So the box collider is going to be fixed, and I'll drag this over here to its rightful spot, and we'll just whoa, that's weird. Let's not do that. That's actually interesting. I guess if you flip the X to a negative, then I didn't realize that. So if positive 45 is down over here, but then it's up over there, that might be a problem. That might be a reason why it's not flipping the right way. Anyway, we'll make that switch up like that, I guess. Like, that's the best place I can think of to put it. Like, maybe you could say we could put it over here just a little bit. But if we go this way, and then we just attach this object to it, so triangle 6, okay. Triangle 6 is the one that we want to affect. We want it to go from whatever it was to 0, 200, I guess. And I guess that's about it. What do you think the theme of the next map will be? So the next area is going to be what I call the melting mountain. So you're going to be climbing up a mountain, and it's going to look sort of rocky and very dry. Maybe there will be some patches of grass, I don't know. So something like brown and green with maybe a sky in the background. So you're trying to climb a mountain, and maybe when you get to the top, there's a bunch of clouds that you can jump on and platform on the clouds in the mountain. So it's going to be very focused on aerial platforming and precision platforming, and making sure that you're able to jump in the air a lot, versus this, which is more like mechanical physics and all that. And also, I think what I want to do is add stuff like electricity, like thunder clouds. They can shoot electricity at you, and if you're on the ground, if you're on, let's say, like metal, then it's conducive and or conductive, or whatever you call it, and it's like you don't want to, or yeah, if you're in water, if you're like, so there will be like puddles of water, and if you're in the water when the lightning strikes, and you get like instantly killed or something like that. And one way to get around that is to stay on, to ground yourself, basically, so that the electricity won't get you. And there's going to be these rock monsters and all that. Anyway, that's just me talking, but we'll actually develop that stuff next week. So let me test this out. Actually, I should have moved Snowball first. But yeah, there's going to be probably some birds too, of course. It's going to be focused on flying and climbing and stuff like that. And the temperature is going to be pretty warm. That guy should be moving. Why is this not rotating? Oh, I need to uncheck that. Okay, there we go. So this is just constantly rotating. There's no way to get on it. But if we hit the switch... Actually, I didn't even think about that. It's just going to stop wherever we make it stop at. And then we just need to do that until we get it to the right point, to where... like that. So I think that's pretty good. That's basically what I wanted out of these switches. So we can do the same thing with this guy over here, except we can make him spin, let's say, half as fast, and then we'll make this one again, but spin the same speed. So we'll get a whole row that you have to do this for, except we'll have affected objects 3, and luckily it just copies and pastes the parameters in, so we're fine. Except for this one, we're going to want it to be 100 instead of 200, and then we're going to just drag and drop triangle 7 and triangle 8, and it should just work. Okay, so that's a little off-center this time. But then we got this, and then we got this, and then there's that. Well, actually, what we could do is have the other one go the same speed, but in the opposite direction. So instead of 200, it's negative 200. And we'll need to account for that in this thing. So this is going to be negative 200. And there we go. So when we do it this time, it'll look symmetrical, basically, whenever we stop it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah. Of course, I want to see what it looks like when it is perfect. Okay, there we go. So, well, somehow that, okay, fine, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, we got them all to look the same. I don't know how we did that, but so then at this point we're going to add like a ledge up here so you can climb up, So let me split this wall up a little bit. Oops. Now the other issue is what happens if you fall down here. Probably just want to have a conveyor belt that really probably just have a conveyor belt that takes you back down this way. And we can maybe double that speed of the conveyor belt. Of course, the problem is now it's like there's no point to the spikes being down there. Maybe we'll just put the spikes over that way, so you have a safety net if you fall a little bit earlier. But if you fall on that end, then there is no safety net basically, and you just have to jump until you get back onto that thing. So let's try that. And of course, there's nothing stopping you from just trying to do it while the platforms are moving either. So yeah, that's a good speed for the conveyor belt. Might actually want to increase this one's speed as well. So then that's the first section of this right here. Then we can start going up a little bit more. And maybe these guys shouldn't rotate at all at first. Well, I don't know. Or maybe they should rotate really fast. Like 100 or 200. This should be negative 200. And we'll have a similar thing for those guys later. So we can duplicate this and put it right up here. Sort of a similar sort of thing. So yeah, that works, I think. I guess I'll come back and add enemies and all that to this later. I just want to make sure that the basics work. So jump, jump, jump. Maybe bring this one a little bit more to the right, or left. Just space it out a little bit more evenly across all of them. And jump, 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 jump. Well, I'll jump like that, okay. Jump, jump, jump. And you can probably jump across like that. As long as there's like something in the way right here. Like a buzzsaw maybe, so we can bring that back. Up there, okay. So we will bring that. We'll bring that down there, maybe. And yeah. That. Maybe not so far over there, just like that. And there we go. I think that's good. It's a good hazard. So you can jump from there to over there, although I guess one question might be, you know, if you're looking at it from this angle, it might be hard to think that we might need a platform right there, basically, is what I'm saying. So I'll just put a triangle right there. And really, these are more like trapezoids. I don't know why I keep calling them triangles, because they're trapezoids. They're upside down trapezoids, but it's easier to say triangle, I guess. Just actually make that a square. Just a little harder. We'll see how this is. Toy Factory enemies, Island of Misfit Toys creatures. Psycho doll. Yeah. Oh, well, that's not supposed to rotate, first off. Forgot about that. Just get rid of that rotator. Okay. Oh, darn it. I thought I almost had it. Okay, well, forget that. I was about to say, oh, you don't need to stop the platforms from rotating. So the buzzsaw could also rotate a little bit faster itself, maybe. But I think this is good. Yeah, it's actually perfect, pretty much. Maybe move that a little bit to the right. But yeah, that works. So move this a little bit like that, and let's see. Move that like that. And there we go. This is gonna have to go a little bit faster, I think. 18. And make it spin a little faster as well. Like 120 maybe. And we need to increase the level bounds because the screen was not scrolling. So we need to switch this up a little bit. Bring this closer to like 500 maybe. And then bring it back to the center. Close that up a little bit. Increase that. There we go. And that's not bad. Okay. Alright, so that's an approximation. And really, I might want to make this level even larger. So if we put the goal up here, like, yeah, like this is only like 300 up and 100 to the left, so that's not a whole lot of level, basically. We probably want to do like 600 up and negative 400 to the left, which is more like, where is it even? Okay, it's way over there. So there we go. Yeah, I guess that seems about right. It just means we have a lot of work ahead of us. In all likelihood, this will probably be the only level that I do tonight because just we have so much work to do on it. But that's okay. I'll try to get as much done as I can over the weekend. All right, because this will probably take about 30 seconds to get through, or maybe 10 seconds if you know what to expect. It won't take you that long to get through all this. And I want these levels to be like 5 minutes long, 3 to 5 minutes per level. So you can just fly right past this guy, and then we'll need to climb up a little bit for this maybe. Should I put more buzzsaws over here? Rabbit, reindeer, checking the box. Well, I actually have an idea for the reindeer, but I won't get into that right now. So I think what I'll do is I'll add these triangles here. They're not triangles anymore, they're cubes. What am I talking about? Or they're squares, or whatever you want to call them. I'll add those right here, but then also what I'll do is I'll add this buzzsaw and give it a little bit more of an interesting pattern to it than just a square. So this is going to be interesting. So let me say like 8 maybe. Say I want to go like that. So maybe it's better if I take a screenshot of this and then yeah. Then I can draw over it. So we're going to go, I want him to go like here to here to here to here to here to here, here, and back here. So what does that mean? So that means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was close. So it takes 9 points to get back there. All right. So I'm gonna switch back to this view in Unity here, and we'll add a ninth point, and that will be 0, 0, 0. Then let's see, number 2 and number 6 are going to be the same. So we know exactly what that is. So we can do that. And then number 7 and 3 are going to be the same, so we know what those are. And number 8 is going to be the one, it's going to be number 4. Oh, whoops, darn it. I need to move these up because it starts counting at 0. Alright, and so that's fine. And then the other thing is, well, let's say that's 16 instead of 18. And these will be 32, I guess. Whoa. There we go. So I think that's what I want it to do. Let's just see if it actually follows that path. This is cool as heck. Glad you think so. Let's see. Well, okay, so you're basically dead if you're on top of that thing. You're okay if you're right there. So that might be a little misleading to put a platform right there. Or not, I don't know. Maybe I can put 2 platforms right here. It'll give you something else to consider doing. Like, maybe you should come down there, or maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Alright, so I'll bring Snowball up just so I don't have to redo all of that stuff with the other things. So, try this out. This level's looking great. It's good. One other thing I noticed is that the buzzsaws are going behind the platforms. Okay, so you can easily jump from there to there. That's not that much of a problem, but you do get attacked. So, and then there's this thing that's going crazy. So probably actually the thing to do is probably add a platform up there. So obviously you're going to be hit if you try and do this. So these guys all need to be on the background layer. Okay, here we go. Well, where is it? Maybe we can't do that from here. Yeah, okay. Background, oops. Background and background. Okay. And what's the layer this guy's on? He's in background layer 0. Okay. Let's make it let's just make it like order layer was 1. And so he should go over the platforms now. And then what we can do is we can add another platform up this way. Where you can go to come around. What's the deal with this thing? Okay, here we go. So you can go up that way, and then we can come around. Actually, I know what we'll do. We'll put this over here, and maybe we'll raise this a little bit upward. And we'll put a conveyor belt in between these things. Just move that over a little bit. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty good. And then if you fall down there, you just land on that thing. So I think that's fine. Real men die by the cookie saw. Is that what you call it? The cookie saw? Okay, so let's try this out, I think. I think this will work. So as you guys can see, I'm just testing this level one part at a time. As soon as we finish one part, I go on to test the next part. Uh-oh. Oh, see? So that works out. I didn't take any hits. And I can just go up here. Oh, maybe make that a little bit lower. And that's going to move me over here. And if I fall, then I fall down here. But that's okay, because this guy's going to go down, and then I can just go back up here anyway. Then I'll go this way and get back up on here. Roll across, and then throw myself up there. And we come to this thing, which is clearly not... We're not supposed to jump on this yet. What we need to do is... That's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Come on. Come on. No. Alright, well... What we're supposed to do there is stop the thing from moving, and then do that. So I'll put that ledge right there so it's a little bit easier to get up. But anyway, let's see. Maybe this should go up really high or something like that. I don't know. Or we just keep it low, and then maybe there's something off to the left that the player can do to optionally get something, but risk falling back down. I don't know. I'll think about what that'll be later. So there should be an optional thing right there. But then we probably should make that go up a little bit, as well as this, maybe. And then maybe we can put something right here in the future. The only thing is, since we're going down, I mean, there's nothing preventing you from just jumping from here all the way down there, so maybe this should actually be going up. I don't know. And then maybe the directions on these should be reversed. So it's like, this is negative 200, and then this is 200. So let's drag ourselves up here and just see what happens. See if this is any better. Okay, well maybe it's supposed to be the other way then. That spinner went so fast you broke gravity for a second. This is looking like the Great Bay Temple. Well, that's interesting because I've never actually played Majora's Mask, even though I really want to. But I've never played it, and so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know what we can do with all this empty space up here. Maybe there's some sort of optional thing that you can do to jump up here, and maybe there's some extra goodies around that you can collect. But other than that, you know, because there's like, I mean, it's good to have room for extra stuff that the player might want to explore and go off the beaten path to get. So that's fine. And then we can just, we need to make sure that there actually is a way to turn those spinning things off. So it's probably the best way to do that is this thing up here. We'll add a -16. So it's going the other way. So it's going down that way. But you're going to have to jump to hit the switch. Maybe. Oops. I don't know why it flew off like that. So I'll put the switch like right here, and then maybe drag this like that, and then this like that. So there's a bit of a roof top, you can't go over it. And then we're gonna put, we're gonna duplicate this switch, put it up here, and actually what I could do is as soon as you get that switch, it also changes the speeds of the conveyor belts, so that way you land right back on it, it sends you this way, and then you send falling onto that thing. So I think that's what I will do. We can switch the X back over there and go back to 45 and just set it up like this. Let's get rid of that point right there. Okay, so we'll set it up like that, and if you fail to do that, then you fall back down that way. If you fail to hit the switch, I mean. So then we need to change the references in this thing. So there's going to be 4 affected objects in this thing. It's going to have, let's see, where are these things? Oops. Rotating 2 and rotating 3. Okay. So rotating 2, rotating 3. I wonder why that's yellow. Oh, I know why. Anyway, it's because of this up here. Conveyor 2 and conveyor 3. So conveyor 2, conveyor 3, and we can adjust their speeds individually. So this one should be -16 and 16, and it's going to be the opposite for the other ones. So when it's up, this one should be -16, and that should be 16. And that should be 16, whoops. And -16. And then these things are going to go from 200 and -200 to 20, -20. So 200, 20, actually it should be -200 to -20, and 200 to 20, and I think those numbers are right. I guess we'll find out in a second if they are. Uh-oh. Change speed is no receiver. That's not good. What's the deal with this thing? Oh, we need to add it to conveyor belt as well. So first off, we need to lower this thing so Snowball can actually hit it. But then we also need to... So let me do this. Okay. So we need to change that. Well, we did that. And now we need to add change speed to our conveyor belt script, like we had done with the other script earlier tonight. So interestingly enough, our conveyor belt script doesn't have hardly anything in it. So we're just going to copy and paste what we did for that other thing. Oh, you know what? Well, the thing is, though, like, there's never going to be a conveyor belt that has a vertical speed component of it. So we'll say float speed equals movement dot x, and then we'll say movement equals new vector 2 speed movement dot y. So that's a very specific case for our conveyor belt, but that covers everything. So we head back into Unity now. And I think that ought to work. Okay, maybe it's reversed by accident. Did it change that at all? Let's see. Let's move him up a little bit so I don't have to do that every time. I might have the numbers backwards. I'm not sure. Come on. Alright, doesn't look like that's doing anything. Let me... that's weird. Is there no way to turn that off? Let me just put this guy somewhere else for right now, so I can see what's going on. Well, that one's slower for some reason now. Was it always slow? So it's not always slow. We hit the thing and then it slows down. The other one doesn't seem to be affected by it though. So what's the deal? Oh, rotated 2 is on there twice. Whoops. Those conveyors are going to be the end of me. Let's see. Where's rotating 3? Here it is. Okay. So that should be affected now. The only problem is I think I know what the deal is. The switch... Come on, the switch... let me just change that for a second. Just to see if it starts to work again. Like, it works whenever oh, the conveyor belt's not working. Well, maybe they're backwards. So let's just switch this around. 16, negative 16, and 16, negative 16. The thing is, though, it doesn't work when you hit the switch a second time, and I'm not sure why that is. So let's move this guy back up here because we know it works now. Okay, so that works. The only question is, why doesn't it, well, we know that it's doing the right thing because the switch is up, and because it's up, it's giving us this result. So if the switch were to be down, negative 45, for instance, then when we hit it, it should give us a different result. It should do things backwards. I guess not. That's really strange, because these other switches worked, like that one worked. Let's bring all that down a little bit. Really not sure why the switch doesn't move when we hit it, because that was the same problem with the other one that we had, but it worked on this one down here. So I'm once again not sure why it only works for some of them. Well, to see, look, this one is to the right, it doesn't go down. This one is to the left, it did go down. So I think that's just what it is. If we make it go to the left, then it just will. So I think that's a bug with the code that I have for the switches. So it needs to be the left and start in the up position, maybe. It's really strange. Yeah, see. So the switches only work if they're to the left and they start in the up position. That's really weird. I don't know how much time I want to spend trying to fix that right now. I'll take a look at the code though real quick, because we want the switches to start in the up position anyway. It's just I'd like to be able to mess with them from the right side as well as the left side. So the difference is here is that 45 and negative 45 are different things. So we need to make a function for this. We need to say, because this will make sense in a second, and get z axis, or get z rotation. Get rotation based on direction. So like, if local scale or transform dot local scale dot x is greater than 0, then basically we want to return 45. Else we want to return negative 45, and then yeah, I think that's right. That's a long name though. I'm just going to say get rotation. Maybe get direction. Okay. I think that's how it is. Because when the switch faces to the right, then it's up whenever it's at 45 degrees. When the switch faces to the left, then it's up when it's at negative 45 degrees. So when the scale is positive, then we return 45. When the scale is negative, we return negative 45. So I think that's right. So we will do. We'll just replace all instances of 45 with this function that we made here, So where's 45? All right, I think that works. Just gotta wait for it to load. Whoop, what the heck? I rolled right off that ledge. Okay, that still doesn't work. But does this work down here? Feels like a large level now. Does this still work? No. Okay, let me... I think there's one too many I replaced. This is all because of the way that I have to physically rotate the switch sprite whenever we do this. And if it's gonna take more than 5 minutes, then I'm gonna save it for some other time. Because like it actually still works. It's just, you know, like clearly it worked. The switch just didn't rotate. So we're kind of able to get what we want and be able to playtest the rest of the level anyway. So then I have to figure out how to... Darn it. So the tricky part is once you slow it down, once you slow these gears down, you still have to jump across them. So this is fine, this works. Uh-oh. So the downside here, well, we need to make that not such a slippery slope so that we don't just fly off it. I can probably just jump over all that and just wait for this as well. And we can just jump over to this if there's a ledge right there. So I guess we can just put a ledge right there. This map is going to be hella skill based. Yeah. Yep. I'm hoping that this whole game is going to be pretty hardcore for a lot of people. Because I don't want it to seem like, oh, it's just a little mobile game. Because that's what the first game was. But I know that the Steam audience out there is interested in hardcore stuff. As am I. So it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, then you're going to have a hard time on this level, basically. So, there's all that. That looks good so far. What else could we do? Grab one of these small platforms, put it over here. And then we can navigate some more of these buzzsaws up here. And I don't know if we if we should do a more complicated pattern this time. But eventually you're going to end up over here. So there's a little bit of a cheat if you come off that edge, so let's get rid of that. And what we could do is we could put a checkpoint right there. Maybe. If I'm feeling generous, we can put a checkpoint right there. Because we can also have more than one checkpoint per level if we wanted. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea, but it feels like maybe the player's gone through enough hassle at this point. And then, well, I don't know. Maybe the checkpoint should be up a little bit higher. I don't know. Maybe we'll put it like up there or something. Seems like we have a ways to go if we want to get all the way up there. So but I mean, the level isn't even that long. It's complicated, but it's not that long. You got to play MM someday. It's a classic. Yeah, I will get there. I wanted to play it for the 3DS because I actually bought the 3DS remake, but I never played it. Maybe I could stream it at some point. I don't know. Let's go ahead and add a third section to this guy. So, geez, actually, let's just use this again. Print screen, paste, and remove the parts of my screen that I don't want you guys to see. And there we go. So this is going to be a little trickier, of course. So let me just keep the pattern mostly the same. Down, right, up, right, down, left, up, left, down, left, up. Okay, so hopefully everybody followed that. And this will be point 1, then 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 13. Okay. So, yeah, so that's that. And I think we might also be able to add a second gear to it as well. So let me go back to Unity and we can put this in. So we're going to have 13 this time. So let's just do that. The last one is going to be the first one as usual. Let's see which other ones are identical. So we know 2 and 10 are going to be the same. So let's make that. But we need to go -1 because it starts at 0. So that's going to be the same. And 11 and 3 will be the same. So we can do the next one at 11. And 4 and 8 will be the same, but we don't yet know what 8 is. 8 used to be... Yeah, 8 used to be 4. So I guess that was always 4. Yeah, okay. So 4 would be element 3. So this would be 8. Actually, no, this would be 8. Oh. Let's see. Lost my train of thought for a second. 1, 2. Let's see. So this is 1, which makes sense. We're going to the right 16. And then we go down. So we go down 20, that makes sense. Then we go right 16 from there, so that makes sense. And then we go up 20, so that makes sense. Then we go to the right 16 again, so that's 48. And then we go 48 down again, 48 to the right and 20 down. And then we go back to the left, so we're at 32 again. Over here we're 32, 0 again. And over here we're at... Wrong one, okay. There we go, okay, we're good. So, that's always a little confusing, but we did it, so... Just duplicate these platforms. And I hope there's enough space between them so that the thing doesn't hit you. We can just do this. Maybe we'll put an enemy right there that you have to hit or something. Okay, so that's probably okay. Let's bring Snowball over here so we can test this out. And save it, of course. How about a saw that goes in and out of the ground? Maybe a quick platforming section where something like a quick saw is chasing you and you have to make some precise jumps. Yeah, we could do that. What do you mean by like coming out of the ground though? Like it's in the ground and you have to jump over it, basically? Let's see. I think what I want to do is raise these platforms up a little bit because you're not in any danger whatsoever of being hit like so. But if we raise it up, then that means you have to pay attention to that. Uh-oh. So see, now that I'm up here, I'm in danger of getting hit. Or I'm not. Or maybe I'm totally fine. let's call this 144. Bring this up to 140. Bring this up to 140. And maybe I want to add a second buzzsaw to this thing if I can. Yeah, because the path that it follows is the line renderer. So we can just add a second one, and we can make it go in the opposite. Can we make it go the opposite way? I don't know, but we can make it go slower. So, for example, you'll see what I mean. So now we've got two of these guys at the same time. It would be better if they were going the same speed each or something, and that they never intersected with each other. The saw comes in and out of the ground or ceiling. It falls and rises and then retracts quickly. Yeah, we could do that. Let me see how I want to deal with this first. You know, actually, I kind of got an idea for this next section of the level, so maybe I'll just do this real quick, and I can deal with that later. So this part of the level, what I want to do is, I kind of want to duplicate this thing. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to get the buzzsaws moving. Like all I do is I would add it so that there's an option in the settings, and there already is one kind of. See right here, it says line index. What I would do is I would just make it so that if this is not 0 at the start, then it just starts on that index of the path and goes from there. Actually, I think that's already possible to do. Let me just try that out. We set it to 4. I think that might actually work already. Let me just take a second look at this. So, yeah, see. Oh, well, no, now we have a problem, because that thing goes way out there. Alright, yeah, like I said, I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later, because I don't know what could even start with that. But I want to deal with this while we're still streaming. So, I think it would be really cool if not only are we... So we've been dealing with this, changing with the speed of these platforms, but what if now we can change the speed of the buzzsaws? So it's like, okay, what if there's a pattern that's so complicated that you actually just need to turn the saws off to make them stop moving so that you can get through it? So that's what we're going to do here. And I'll just get rid of that guy for right now. But let's say we have a switch right here. And we haven't even gotten to the time platform switches either. So that'll be that'll be an interesting one when we get to those. But if we hit the switch here, then the speed of this will affect the speed of the buzzsaw. So we'll just say it affects one object, and it'll affect this object right here, and it'll change its speed from whatever it was. What is it right now? 18. Change from 18 to 0. So, yeah, let's just drag Snowball over here. So there's our buzzsaw, and we can imagine that there's some platforms that are nearby it that are kind of hard to jump on. So we hit that and it stops like magic. So now we don't have to worry about the buzzsaw or where it is. We can just hop onto the platforms. And okay, if we hit it again, it doesn't work because the thing is still up. It's only going to work if it's down. So anyway, that's something I'll have to fix. But so that works. This works though. So what else should I do? Probably the thing that's going to make this difficult is if there's not a whole lot of space to maneuver around it. So we can just change the height of this line instead of -20 to be like -10 or something like that. So that would probably do it. And then we just add these things here. There's a nice little place to fall down. If you fall down there, you'll go way back down. Or if you shoot yourself down there, it's like, there you go, just start all over. But yeah, so go this way. And you're pretty much going to get hit if you, unless you hit that switch. So I think I'm going to make this its own. I think I'm going to make it jut out of this thing. This guy needs to go back. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to find a good place for the switch to actually be. Because you're probably going to need to be up there. You're probably going to need to be up here to jump onto the platform. So from here you can just do that. So that's probably fine. So our checkpoint's going to be up there, and that's probably as far as we're going to get tonight. So how about a saw that traces a platform itself? You mean like it's on the edge of a platform, basically? Like it would be a larger platform than the little squares that I've been putting there. But it would encircle the edge of it, maybe. So we could do that. Let's see if we just do this. And bring this platform down here. Then we can duplicate this one and make exactly what you're talking about. So let's duplicate this guy and see how we can do this. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points on this. And let's see. First one will be like that. And basically say 50, and then 50 here. Except it'll be further down like that, and then like that. Further down like that, maybe. Well, no, because we need to go a little bit to the right for this thing. And so that also means up here it's going to be a little bit to the right. And so this is going to be down here. And that should be like that. So roughly something like that. And I don't actually think this thing needs to be lined up at all. So as long as it just exists, then it'll snap to that point, I think. Yeah. Well, this needs to be in the background. But yeah. Uh-oh. Maybe it does need. Oh, I know what needs to happen. Something might be a little bit off with this. It's the way that this is parented to everything, I think. Yeah, okay, it's a little offset. So I guess it does matter where it is. I guess it actually needs to be on the starting point. Oh, I know what the deal is. So these points right here are relative to where the line is. So we want to line up the line with our buzzsaw. Well, okay, do you see where the green and red line circle thing is? That's actually the center. So I think this is what we need to do. We need to line it up like that. Well, yeah, this is rough. Yeah. These other ones worked before because it was all aligned sort of properly. But since we sort of have an irregular shape here, it's different. So like if they're both centered at 0, 0, what happens? I wonder. Like where does the bow go in relation to the line? Okay, so like well, it's weird. So the line points are like that. I don't know. I might have to look into that. Ghost saws to rend your flesh. How about a free-floating roaming saw? You mean a saw that is not attached to a line, basically? So it's possible that we could have a saw that just like flies out of there and like comes forward and just rolls down the path. Uh, that's one thing that we could do. I'm a little hung up on this thing though. We can sort of pretend to have fixed the problem if we just find the right position to put this thing in. So it needs to go up a little bit more, I guess. I'm gonna have to look into what the deal is with this, since we're getting close to time. All right, that's a bit better. And we can put that a little bit more to the left. Yeah, okay. Because like the main issue is, this needs to be in the background. But like, the main issue is that, this line is relative to the center of the line object. It's not relative to the buzzsaw at all. Oh, shoot. That's actually a pretty bad spot for that thing to have stopped at. But yeah, so here's your idea. The platform, or the buzzsaw that goes around a platform. And we could do this again with a even more complicated platform, but before we do that, I should probably fix whatever's wrong with the coordinates not lining up exactly right. So, I mean, there you have it. I guess we've gotten pretty close to the, I don't know, maybe I'll just drag the checkpoint down here, and we'll call it done. Okay, so that's where the checkpoint's going to be for right now. Maybe we'll have, I don't know what the rest of the level will be like, but we're coming up on time here for tonight. So saw launcher, yeah, we can do a saw launcher. I think that's only as difficult as creating a generator for the saws, which would be no different from the bomb generator and the just about anything else that we have going for it. So, and that's definitely something we could do. I'm gonna finish out the rest of this level over the weekend, as well as getting started on some other levels, and I'm gonna send them out to my testers for all of this stuff. So before we end off, I need to do the monthly and the all-time winners. So I wonder if I should. Yeah, we'll do both, I guess. So monthly winner is Jungalo at 265, Bo 2015 in second place, and Zete 1 in third place. And all time is Gungalo as well at 265, Gold Bars, Timmy TV in second place, and Sound T777 in third place. So that just about covers it for tonight. We've got a lot of empty space for this level that we're going to need to fill in, but it's looking pretty good, and we're going to move on to the next area. We'll finish up Santa's Workshop next week, and we'll move on to the next area next week as well. And hopefully by the end of May, I would like to start beta testing, having people play beta testing levels of this game. I don't know how many levels that I want to put in the beta test release. Maybe I'll just pick some levels that are really fun, or because I don't know if I want to release lots and lots of worlds, but I want to at least handpick some levels, and we'll allow people to play those, and we'll see what kind of feedback we can get from them. So that'll be our goal for the end of the month. So once again, thank you everyone for watching, and we will be back on Monday. So see you then.